Hey, welcome back to the channel. We're doing a special edition today. This is Stained Glass GOT. What's up guys, my name is Rocket, and if you're new here, this is a DIY channel that's all about doing your own stained glass work. So subscribe, join us here on this channel to learn how to make some cool stained glass art together like this one here today. So before we begin, I gotta know how many of you out there are big Game of Thrones fans. Leave a comment and let everyone know which house you represent, or leave an emoji of a deer or a wolf or a lion or something like that. That would be so cool. And don't you dare leave an X for the Boltons. Now, I want to do some kind of a fun giveaway, so watch through the video and I'll have a question for you. And if you are a subscriber and are the first to post the correct answer, I'll give you a free glass cutter on me and I'll ship it out to you for free. For today, we're gonna do some pattern making and then transfer that onto glass, and finally we'll do some glass cutting to finish up. And don't worry if you guys are wondering what kinds of things you need to get started. I've got a beginner's tools video for you. Take a look at that and I'll link it down below for your reference. So if you guys are ready, let's get our tools and let's get started on making this stained glass House Stark Direwolf sigil. Okay, so the plan is to make this Direwolf out of stained glass. So the first thing you need is this pattern printed out. I found this online and I'll give you the link to it down in the description. I printed this on an 11x17 stock paper and it's the perfect size to work with, so if you want to follow along, print it out at that size to start. I chose the 1600x1200 resolution from that link for the file to print. Now, we need to modify a few things to make this a little more stained glass friendly. We want to break up this drawing into individual pieces that we can cut out, so let's try to connect some of these lines and see how we can make them work. And let's go ahead and delete some of these lines so we can start to see how it'll look. Okay, so now it's looking more workable, and I plan to leave some of these lines like in the ears and in the snout, and we'll go over them with solder, or if that doesn't work out, I can try to paint them on instead. Let's number these pieces and we'll individually cut them up. Okay, I've got my setup and we're ready to do some glass cutting. I like to have the copy here so we can lay down the glass as we cut and match the pattern to make sure that we're getting all the pieces correct. And I've got my glass out here. This is a bunch of scraps and also a main sheet, all in white, and also I have the red, which I'll be using for the eye. So for the glass, you can pick this up at your local stained glass shop, which I recommend to help support the local shops. Or if you can't do that, then you can buy online. You just won't be able to see the glass and feel it as far as like texture and the colors. But getting it online, if that's your only choice, then that's not a problem either. So you can buy glass online. And of course, I've got the main pattern that we've cut up right over here. We'll use the marker to trace them over the glass. So this is my new glass cutter. This is my main, as you can see, it's a Toyo glass cutter. We've got the carbide cutting wheel. There's a chamber to put some cutting oil to lubricate that wheel. And then there's a palm rest here that helps make scoring the glass a lot easier as you're putting pressure down on it. So this is a cool one, and I'll have a link for you guys so you can check that out. Next up is my running pliers. This is pretty standard. So there's a line etched right here on top. The jaw is curved. I'll show you how this really works. And we've got the grozing pliers, another great tool to complement cutting glass. And I'll show you how this is used in a little bit as well. Okay, so I'm gonna grab one of the pieces over here. So just try to imagine how the glass piece will look with the streaks if you care about that. And we'll do a quick trace on this pattern. Okay, so we've got our glass cutter and you hold it like so with the palm rest here. We've got the carbide wheel right at the tip with the letters facing just like that. And with glass cutting, the glass will break in a continuous line. So this will go all the way through past this line and end up breaking on this edge. What we can't do is score the line and then do a pause here and turn and go to the next line. That won't work as the glass runs in a straight path. So we'll score the line from this end, and I'll follow this line and continue it all the way to this end here. So let me show you how that looks. with a little bit of pressure, just push down and then start tracing over the glass and just keep going all the way until the end of that edge. You guys can see that. You can kind of see that score line right there on that top surface. So that's what we want, and also be listening for that sound as you're scoring the glass, which just breaks up the surface here. And now we get to use our running pliers. So we've got that etched line on top, and you see how the jaw is curved. What we'll do is line up the etched line to the score line, and then we'll do a simple squeeze, and we've broken our glass piece. So let's try that again with the next line. Okay, so I'm gonna trace this line from one edge to the other. So we'll start at the end and give it a little bit of pressure. You can kind of hear that. So again, we'll line up the edge line to the score line, and then we'll give it a squeeze. There we go. Okay, so that broke off pretty nice. And let's try the next one. Okay, for this one here, the line is a little bit deep, maybe deeper than we'd like it to be. So what may happen, and most likely will happen, is that when we break it, this line will continue past this section and it'll go all the way to the end and break right about there. Most likely it won't go from here and just follow all the way down and break cleanly on that point. But you never know, and there's only one way to find out. Okay, so we've got the running pliers. I'm gonna line up this line to the score line. Oh man, that's gonna break. What do you guys think? Is this gonna go all the way straight, or is it gonna curve and break cleanly right there? I don't think that's gonna be the case, but here we go. Okay, give it a squeeze. Okay. Yeah, so you see it, that's what happens. Did not curve all the way around and give us a nice clean break, but it's not so bad because I can show you now how to use the next tool, which is the grossing pliers. And this tool here, so we'll keep the curved jaw up on this one, and this tool is meant to pull and break the glass apart on smaller pieces. So what I'm doing now is squeezing down to hold this piece tight, and then I'm gonna wiggle and push down a little bit and pulling at the same time to break the glass apart at that line. Okay, here we go. Wow, that kind of exploded. Okay, maybe a little bit too hard of a pressure. And now we've got this little tip. We can still go ahead and grab that excess piece and kind of just break it off. I'm squeezing down on it slightly and just wiggling down. There we go. It's coming apart. So you can do that all the way around the edge. Okay. So without going too much into this piece, because we can always grind this at the grinding stage. So I'm gonna say that this piece is now done, and we'll grind this later on. Oh, this one looks like a pretty tough cut, but we got this. Chip off a little bit at a time. Ooh, okay. Wear some safety glasses. I think I'm gonna do that right now. Get one, wear one. It's good for you. This one is gonna be tough. I think my best shot is to get comfortable with this and just chomp away at it until we get close. All right, here we go. Now I'm glad I got my safety glasses on. Smart thing to do. Ah, that's a little too deep. I just broke off that tip. I don't think this is gonna work. So what I'd like to do is, since this is too deep of a cut, I'm gonna clean this off, but then piece number 6, we just have to make it a little bit bigger so it covers that missing piece, and then we should be able to get away with it. Yeah, it's looking good. Okay, this has got to be the hardest one to do right now. This is gonna be tough. Look at these curves. Inside curve here. This outside one is okay, but that guy, that's a toughie. Okay, for this one, it looks like the curve is so deep, I feel like I'm gonna break it if I try using the running pliers. Maybe we can use the ball end here to tap it and help crack that a little bit. Let's give it a shot. Oh, did you guys see that? That worked out really nice. All we have to do is just kind of grind it, clean it up a bit there. Not bad. So what we want to do is cut away a little bit off of it right there at that curve, and don't go so deep. And so we'll just break that point first, and then we'll slowly eat in to that channel there until we get to the main point. So I'll do a score line right here on the outside. Okay, let's use the grazing pliers and chomp away at this until we get in, and then we'll use the grinder to clean it up at the end. So I'm just going in little by little and using mainly the corner of the pliers on the tip there to eat away at it, and it seems to be working. So take your time and don't rush. No need to rush on this. Where'd my line go? I don't know what it's supposed to look like. 1 second. Let's keep going. Oh no. Oh, that just broke. Oh man, what happened? Okay, I just went at it too fast, and this is exactly what I didn't want to happen. Okay, we're redoing this one. Let's do this guy first, in case we mess up again. And I hope we don't. Here we go. I'm like afraid to go in now. Oh, oh, the second one. Ah, boy. I don't want to keep breaking pieces, but we need this one. Guys, I'm gonna give it one last time. If it doesn't work, we have to think about something else. Now we have this little crap here. This, what do we do with this? If I do a little bit at a time, it seems like it's gonna work. Getting deeper, getting scary. Oh, almost, kinda. What do you think? Keep going? Holy crap. Yes, that's as close as I can get it. I don't want to mess with it anymore. We're gonna use the grinder to clean up the rest. I'm leaving it. That's it. It's done. Leaving it. Let's get this side. We use the ball end and tap it like last time. Oh, guys. This is the most difficult piece that I've ever done, but I have to do it. We gotta know how to do this. It's hard as hell. One more time. This is so hell. My heart's pounding. Seriously. going crazy. I don't know what to do. I gotta go eat something. We're gonna take a break. I gotta take a break. I'll be back, guys. So that was one hell of a piece. What a nightmare. We're gonna pick up right where we left off in the next video. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Also ring that notification bell so you guys will know when the next video posts. Now for the main question for the giveaway. If the House Stark's Direwolf sigil or banner is normally gray, why is this one white? Or specifically, what is the significance of the all-white Direwolf banner or sigil? Whew, I'm out of breath. Look at that hill. Yeah. So be the first to comment the correct answer, be a subscriber, and I'll send you a free glass cutter to anywhere in the world, wherever you live. That's it, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you in the next video. I need to work out more.